Well, well, this is just going to be a quick German impulse to start this part of the video. We're going to play this card, activating the 66 core, and the only thing we're going to do, we got away with that. Oh dear. Oh, I'm saying we've got away with it. Look, that bridge is going to get checked, isn't it? Oh, is this what I've been thinking about? There was something I was looking at yesterday. Some bridge situation. I actually think it must have been this one. I can't see anything else that's jumping out at me. And yeah, this is really risky, isn't it? I'm going to have to take a bridge demolition check when I reach this hex, because ally supply can be traced to this hex. And if it blows, I think it's pretty much game over, really. Well, I mean, the only other risky things we could do is, well, he can't make it anyway. The only other risky thing we could do, sorry, I'm just off that, is move this unit out R1. But to do that, I'm going to have to use my any one unit, activate any one unit move, and we wanted to keep that to try and relieve Bastogne. But I mean, me moving up to there with that, we don't need to, then the bridge is safe. But who's to say this unit then just says, oh, there's R1, we lose our victory points in R1, that cuts our supply as well. I think we've got to take a chance with the bridge. I've just had a couple of dice rolls that have been really important and they've went wrong. I mean, I don't know, maybe there's some there that went right for me as well. I don't know what else I can do. I've got the 80 core card, which is over to the right. I've got the core card for these guys, and I've got the core card for the red guys up the top, the 67th core. I mean, one of the cards I was going to be moving any one unit, probably with this infantry unit, into either this hex or this hex, so that supply can come back to this guy and this guy in Bastogne. So yeah, I think we've got to take the chance, haven't we? We've got to do it. This could be make or break. If I roll a 1 or a 2 here, it could be well time to, it means all the units west of here, all my German units west of here are going to be isolated. Well, pretty much. Maybe there's a couple of the guys. No, I think it's only him again, isn't it? Well, he survived the last time. I think it would only be him that would survive. Oh, I don't know what to do. Well, I think I've got to do it, but I'm just not wanting to. Okay, yeah, I can't see any other way about it. So we activate this core. I move 1, 2, and then when out here, I've got to take a bridge check. Oh, this is so... Right, here we go, guys. Oh, I seen the 2 at the side there, but it's a 6, it's on the top. I can assure you, just in case the camera's not showing it properly. It is a 6. Oh, that was really important, wasn't it? Okay, and then the third movement point. Sorry, we move into the town. Phew, what a relief. Yeah, because that probably would have been pack things up. I think. I don't know. I mean, we're moving on to the 26th. You know, I would still feel that maybe there's still some hope. I mean, we would definitely be losing some victory points then, but anyway, look, we've got it. We got past it. We got through it. So that's all. That's all I'm doing. So I'll put the cube to say these activated. So that now frees up these guys because they had activated the last impulse. So now frees up them. If assuming I'm doing my any 1 unit move. So probably do that next impulse. I still have. I'm going the wrong side again. I still have 3 cards in my hand, one of which is a no command card. But remember, I need to have that in my hand only to then discard that to then the allies have another impulse. So it still counts basically as a card in my hand. Okay, I think we could probably just draw another allied impulse now. So they're going to get on. Yeah, they're still probably going to get another 4 impulses. So we're not through the woods yet. Okay, let's draw one. See if it's a complex one. I might have to pause, but we'll see. Okay, 18th Airborne Division card for 30th and 75th Infantry Division. No reserve units. No reserve units box. So nothing to deploy, but we'll check for out of contact. I think we might have the same situation again because their core line is here north, but this is all the area. It's kind of tied up. There's no German units can get through there. Right off, I can see the 3 75th Infantry units. There are 1, 2, 3. I'm all looking for the 30th. Yeah, 30th is 1, 2. Oh, yeah, they were double stacked. So 1, 2, 3 there. So, yeah, there is I think there's quite a high possibility some of them will be out of contact, but again, with Method A, I can't see any hexes that German units approximate in their core area. Hold on though, Grant. What about this along here? Now we did talk about this becoming vulnerable, but didn't we? This hex, which, you know, is this surroundable? It is surroundable. That's okay then. And yeah, both the hexes are surroundable. It's just they're an allied supply, which is one of the this is probably why I should have left that unit here. Yeah, this is why. Yeah, because I moved him right up. I think my intention, I moved him first to get up there, and then it's when I moved I was able to get these guys right into St. Viv. Or I really don't need that guy there. This guy would be better placed down here, I think, just to stop all that nonsense. I don't think there's another. Well, this is adjacent to an allied unit anyway. Allied supplies traceable to that hex too, by the way. Sorry, is that on the camera? Just, yeah. I'm not so sure that would be surroundable either. Oh, hang on. Maybe if I come across and behind. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's surroundable. Okay. Phew. Right. I wouldn't like them to start getting that close to the west wall stuff. Okay, there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing that an ally, a German unit's proximate to, that's not in dangerous around anyway. That's an allied supply and in their core area. So we're not going to go out of contact. We're not going to redeploy out of contact. Sorry. So we're going to activate them, and I'm sure it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, he can take an IP. He's part of the activation. Part of division. So yeah, go draw 3 cards. I'll get them just in a sec. Okay, I was just having another wee look there just in case I could see them, but I can't. It's always the same with the reserve situation, isn't it? So easy to miss something. And remember, I missed the fact that they had broke through before, but there's been no other German movement that's been moving west or north. Right, okay, here's the 3 cards. Oh, all tame ones again. Germans exposed though. So we've got fill the gap, Germans exposed, open supply line. Actually, we've not got fill the gap because that's December 25th. So we're going to have to draw a replacement for that one. So that goes away. And the replacement for that, is an offensive card. So major offensive. So that's the order now. Major offensive, Germans exposed, open supply line. Okay. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, this could be annoying. It looks like these guys might come down. Right, so we're working our way up. This is the first unit, the 75th are, I've not got them on camera. Their selector numbers are 13, 14 and 18. So the first units to be considered are, this is 8, 9 and this is 10 here. So we're looking at 8. So strength of unit stack and other active units greater than 2 times proximate German unit stack. Well, right off, this guy could jump the river here. Well, sorry, he's the guy we're looking at first, but okay, he could go 1, 2, and his buddy could go 1, 2, and this guy could come here, and that's going to be 9 against 4. I mean, we do have other possible options down here, which it might be that they might go for here. But here's the thing: this is probably going to create a gap. But remember, we're just considering the situation, so we don't. Oh, actually, look at the card grant. It's not caring about the gap. Major offensive. It's just protected VP hex. Interesting. Here was me thinking that although we're counting the 6 strength here, probably only one of these guys is going to move come the action, because it would have to preserve the line. But that's not the case with major offensive. So there you go. Okay, so I think the situation is doable. So okay. I think we're going to get slightly fortunate here because just looking at the card here, and it's all active units proximate to strongest qualifying German unit stat moves to target and attack. Well, I'm pretty sure that's going to be that unit then. Sorry, I've not got things on the camera here, am I? Where am I? I'm lost. Yeah, I'm way up too high. Sorry. It's this unit here that we're going for. Sorry, I've probably had that all off camera, haven't I? Or did I? Okay, the situation is this 6 strength can get into here, this 3 strength can get into here. We're going to have 9 against 4, so we've got greater than 2 times, and he he doesn't get any benefits from what he's in or reductions in the situational strength. So this is the strongest qualifying target. I'm pretty sure, like I say, they could come to this. 1, 2, yeah. There, you can't get any further down. So this is going to be the strongest qualifying. Okay. So all active units approximate the strongest qualifying German units move to target and attack. Right. So 1, 2. So he can either go here or here. Well, in actual fact, yeah, he's going to move here, isn't he? So 1, 2, 3. Right, and then his buddy, well, he's going to go the same as well because can't get anything into here. And remember, it's empty hexes then, most movement points. Well, that's 1, 2, 3 again into there. Just switch them over. So we've got the lowest one on top. Yeah, and then all active units. Yeah, it's all active units. Yeah, so this guy next, his unit selector number 10. He's going to have to go into here because he's not got a choice of coming across a broken bridge. So he's not got any options. So he just has to come in here as well, which is, well, you know what? It's okay, but I think if you were doing it yourself, you would have put at least one unit in there. Because the next part of the card, I was almost like, oh my god, what's that's going to take a hammer in? Is oh shoot, sorry. Right, camera dropped again. Okay. The next part is other proximate units in same army reinforce, and that's when I thought, oh no, but these aren't. These are third army units that are adjacent to this unit already, and maybe these two wouldn't be able to get involved, but these two here and one here, if they were in that army, would be able to get involved. So we got kind of lucky there that it's not more of the army joining. And the only ones, I mean, he's in that army, but he's not able to get down. None of them are able to get down, and same across further west. Even if you look at mechanised, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the closest that this mechanised unit could get is here. So we got quite kind of lucky there, I think. There would have been more involved, I think. Okay. I've not looked at the next bit there. Well, that's cruel. Major offensive, that's nasty, isn't it? And it only needs greater than 2 times. It gives air power and tank battalion. And the Allies don't care about preserving the line, just protecting the VP hex. Yeah, that's probably one of the nastiest ones I've got, I think. Because the next part is all out of contact units in same core redeployed to attack. So, okay, so now we need to all contact units in same core. This is all core now. Jings. Right. I thought this was going to be nice and short and simple to... Anyway, right, I'll have a look, see what's out of contact then. Okay, well, all 4 of these units are... Well, there's no German unit proximate to them. I'm not going to say they're out of contact yet because the last condition is that the removal of them would not create a gap in the line. So we need to consider that. And looking at them, I don't think they will. But anyway, they 4 are not... There's no German unit proximate to the 4 units. So they could be classes out of contact. There's German unit proximate to this. And then over here, the other units in the core are not out of contact. So we're going to select these one at a time and ascend in order. So the first one's going to be this armour. So the removal of this armoured unit does not create a gap in the line. No, it does not. Okay, so where is it going? Okay, so selector number 2. It's want to be adjacent to this unit. This would put him surrounded, and this would put him surrounded. So they're not going to go, none of the units are going to go any of these 2 hexes. This is a German occupied hex. So the options are these 3 hexes. Ally supply can be traced to them all. Now there's possibility this one's in dangerous round, I would think. Oh, maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Possibly not. Hang on. Yeah, no, it's okay. I can't get a unit into there, so I can't get zone of control in this hex here. So that's not in dangerous round, that hex. Neither is that, and neither is that. So it can move to either. Well, actually, I take that back. This is one of the conditions. Obviously, is within stacking limits, so he can't go here. So he's either going to go here or here. So if more than one, that causes the target to be surrounded. Well, that's not possible, actually, is it? Well, actually, the unit is surrounded, isn't it? Yeah, he's actually already surrounded, so that's not relevant. Then in a hex, it causes the target to be flanked. Well, no, he's not really being flanked, is he? Because these are the only units that are attacking. But putting it in that hex or that hex doesn't flank it. Now, if it comes to another unit coming in and we've got one in here, then that would make sense to put it in there, and then it's flanked. So then in an empty hex, that's not possible. Then in the hex with the fewest units, and then it says your choice if a choice remains. Your choice. Oh, okay. So anyway, this one's the one with fewest units. So I'm thinking that this guy can jump out of there. I don't see a gap being created there. And it's not, well, that doesn't matter. VPXs don't matter to moving out of contact units. So he's going to come to here. So the next unit we would check would be 13. So this is this guy. Hang on. I think this is okay too. I mean, at the moment the line comes round here and it's coming down through that guy. But it could just, if that guy's not there, it could just as easily come down through here and there's still no gap. I mean, yeah, because there's still no gap through here, so I'm pretty sure he can. So, where's he going to go? Well, the option was the flank, wasn't it? Yeah. So he's going to redeploy to attack, and he's going to go in here, and that now means that this unit's flanked. Yeah. And then going back to unit 14, and I don't see why he can't either, because the line just comes down. Again, there's no gaps being created, so yeah, I'm feeling okay about that. And there's only one last hex for it to go, and that's on top of this, beside the 7th armour unit. So that's the stacks are full now. I couldn't move the other guy if I wanted to. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's quite a beating, actually, as it turns out. So if greater than or equal to 5 steps are attacking, that is the case, yes, they're going to break off at A2, otherwise A1. So we're going to break off at A2. So they've got 3, 6, 9, these are all elites as well, aren't they? 9 and R7, that's 16, and 3 is 19. The good thing is that's a green a green unit, so that could go against them. So what did I say? 3, 6, 9. Sorry, 7, 16, 19 to 4. It's 19 to 4, but they're playing tank battalion, so that's 20 to 4. No luck there. So from it looking like being 4 to 1, it's not. It's 5 to 1. Yeah, because it's 20 to 4. 5 to 1 odds. Chip pools are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 for elite, 7. 1 for air power, 1 for tank battalion, that's 9, and then they get to draw another card. They get another tank battalion, so I'll just chuck that away. That gives them an extra chip pool. Now, I wouldn't have thought tank battalion would boost like 2 tank battalions would boost 2 points. I don't think that's right, but it doesn't matter at this point. 21 to 4 or 20 to 4, it's still 5 to 1 odds, so it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be the case. They just get the extra chip pool for it. So okay, so there we are. Now we can play a card this time, which is fixed artillery. Oh, hold on. 3, 4, 5. Oh no. Oh no, that would have been good. Damn it. And they've not played artillery, have they? No, that's the card to activate. Oh, you're having a laugh. I'm 1 short. That's harsh. Because the two combat tactics I've got are both fixed artilleries. And I don't need both the cards. That's a good thing. That would have reduced the impulses they were going to get, because I would get rid of another card. But as I checked before, you can't play fixed artillery unless you are within range. So it's one of the ones you can't just play just for the heck of it. And we're 1 hex out. 1, 2, 3. Every time I count it, it's the same, guys. How about that? Okay, well, there's nothing we can do. Okay, well, this could be bad. Oh, this could depend on what we do with our next impulse as well, if they do happen to retreat that guy. The good thing is he's got 3 steps. So that's a pity. He was the one that took the what was it, the tank battalion, was it tank battalion event? Yeah. And to remove a step from him, wasn't it? Or he would have had 5 strength and 4 steps. Hey-ho. Okay. Right, well, we're drawing a minimum of 3 this time, so maximum of 10. So they're going to break off at A2. Remember, this guy's he's a supplied unit, so we don't need to worry about that. Now, he is in the situation where he's surrounded, so if he retreats, he has to take a step loss 2. So to me that means, oh, you know what, I'll work it out as we go. Because you can't just add 2 onto that. That would be 5, D5. Well, it's probably D4 we need then to eliminate him, because the rulebook says it would be D5, but they're not taking this into account about the retreat and step loss as well. So probably D4 or A2 or 10 shots. Right, I'll get the 3. Oh, there we go. Well, pretty good start for us, although it would have been so much better if we'd been able to play that fixed artillery. Look, we got artillery chit. That was the first chit I drew. And then this is attacker elite, but remember I said, well, there's a green unit there, there's also a green unit in there. And that takes a priority, yeah, so that's good. This is IP crossfire or dispersed unsupplied on the back, which these guys aren't, fortunately. So we're sitting at an A1, so another A hat and he would stop. But we're now just drawing them one at a time, so I'll get them one at a time. Okay, well, there's the air power back to hurt us, so that's a hit to us. That one doesn't apply. Defender recon, it's got combat engineer in the back. Well, that's a bit of an ouch. I mean, the plus is it's an A hit as well, so he's going to break off. But that's 3 hits to us. Oh, I think I might have preferred them to go on, to be honest. I mean, you know, the chance we might have got a Woods chit that would have maybe gave a D-1, but well, that's him at A2 and he's at D3, so he's going to stop there. And that means we're going to have to retreat. Well, you know what? Oh, I wonder. Or did I say that was enough to eliminate us anyway? No, it can't be. It can't be enough to eliminate us. We retreat here for 1 and take a step loss. Then we retreat again. And then they take a step loss and become dispersed. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, well, they're going to break off there, so we'll work out the numbers now. Yeah, I thought I might have had a little bit of an out there by moving them into Bastogne, because the retreat priorities are, if this unit was a supplied unit, that's where it would want to go, because it would retreat and then not take a step loss. In fact, I wouldn't got a choice of that. Well, I can take step losses as I please, but if I retreat, I've still got to follow certain priorities when retreating. Anyway, the fact this guy's not a supplied unit doesn't let me do that. Well, or actually, is that still the priority then? Or do I get a choice? Hang on. Yeah, the fourth part of the retreat priorities for both the Allied and German units is into an unoccupied hex in an enemy zone of control and not in friendly supply. Hold on. No, I would go by step number 3 anyway though, wouldn't I? Because the 3 is into an unoccupied hex in an enemy zone of control and friendly supply, and then remove a step. So yeah, so I could move into this hex or that hex and then be in supply, but I'd still lose a step. So I wouldn't actually get the option to go in there. But it's the same, I would go in there, and because he's not supplied, I would lose a step. Yeah, because step number 2 is into a hex occupied by a friendly unit in supply in an enemy zone of control. But that's not the case. Okay, so I do have to bail out of there. Well, I can't just sit there and take the 3 hats, because that kills me, right? So I've got to retreat into one of the hexes. Okay, I think I'm going to retreat into here for 1 hit, and then because he's still in an enemy zone of control, he's got to take a step loss. So that kind of gets replaced with that. So that's him satisfied 1 hit. And then I did think about what to stay around. I did think about coming in here, but I'm not allowed to go in here because within above priorities retreat into any terrain, however retreat across Unbridge River or into Forest Hex, not enter via road, only if no other hex is available. So I'm not actually allowed to retreat into that hex, but retreating into here is alright, I think. So that's the second hit, and then the last hit I've got to take a step loss. Now that makes that hex dispersed, doesn't it? How does that affect the other unit? Unit stacked with it may retreat only 1 hex. Ooh. Mind you, we're coming at the end of the day, is that risky? I don't know. Oh, Here's the other thing though, is that this really it's gonna mess my supply options up, isn't it? No, I'm okay. I can still go 1, 2, 3 into this because something's going to advance into here. The worry is that the armoured unit decides to advance twice. Yeah, because we have retreated twice. Decides to retreat into advance into here as well. That would be horrible. Okay, I still think that's probably the best hex to go. So, and then to satisfy the last hit, I've got to take a step loss, and I'm also dispersed. Yeah, just the slight downside to that was if that stack was now to be attacked, then this unit as well would only be able to retreat 1 hex because it's dispersed in the stack. Okay, well that's the best I can do. Oh, I did forget we've got 2 hits to dish out to them though, that's good. So, God, this is getting long again, isn't it? Sorry guys. It's, you know what, I've given up trying to condense things and make it more streamlined, and I think this is how I'm enjoying doing it. So I guess if you're interested in watching it, that you're going to just have to put up with that. But you do have the option to just press the stop button or not come along at all, you know. So I've got to get some enjoyment in it, yeah, and I'm enjoying it. Well, I've been playing it for ages now. It's been a long time. I mean, I'm talking about I'd quite like to get a new game on the table, but still, this is still holding me. I'm still enjoying it. But you just have to put up with it my way, I'm afraid. Okay, right, let's look at what's happening with these 2 steps for the ally, 2 hits for the allies. Right, so the first hit has got to be taken as a step loss, and it's participating stack with the most steps, selecting highest numbered multi-step unit. So I mean, there's only 2 in that stack participating. There's only 1 in that stack participating. Yeah, it can't include the units already in the stack, surely. So, but there was 3 units participating in this attack. So my thinking is it's going to go to the highest selector number, which is number 10 down the bottom there. I'm pretty sure that's right. So that's 1 hit. So if they do take another hit, it would either have to come from this stack or this stack. Would probably come from this because he's got 2 multi-step units. So, but it might not take a step. They might disperse. I don't think they're going to. So second hit, step loss. If attacker greater than or equal to 4 steps. Well, they are, yes. So they're going to take it as a step loss. So again, we'll go back to the applying step losses, participating stack with the most steps, selecting highest numbered multi-step unit. And remember, even though there's 5 steps in this stack, we need to spread them. So it's going to be that green unit on the bottom there. It's going to take the other hit. Well, it drops him from a 3 to a 1, that's quite good. But, nah. If it's not eliminating that, it's probably not really relevant to us. Okay, I think that's their 2 hits taken care of. So now advance after combat. So here's the worry that there's only 1 armoured mechanised unit in it, that 7th armoured unit. So I think he's probably the first one to go and have a look at, isn't he? Yeah, because it's ascending order. So what is the arrow? It's a withdrawal direction, so it's not the primary route, it's not the secondary route, it's not into a town or a VP hex, anything like that, so it's other route. So it's going to advance on a 1 to 3. I'm hoping this one doesn't advance. I rolled a 9, so that's okay, good. That means at least they can't do a 2 hex advance. he's bracketed down the bottom. Well, you know what? Put him up the top there now, because I don't think the bracketed units get to advance unless there's two of them together. So next unit's in this stack, number 8, and that's an other as well. So that's a 1 to 3 row as well. So let's see. There's another 9, and then the unit underneath will be the same. It's an 8, big high rolls here. So I wonder if we'll not get an advance at all. Maybe the 13 unit. So he's not moving. It's bracketed on the bottom there. Let's just see. A lone unit with no zone of control does not check for advance. Right, hang on. Let's deal with this 13 unit first before I try and get my head around that. Okay, that is a secondary arrow into that, so the chances will be higher. So it's a 1 to 8 that he'll advance. And he's rolled a 5, so yeah. So this guy does advance. So putting this guy even in more bother. But we can still get into that hex. But this is looking even worse now with all these units coming down. Oh dear. Right, getting back to these two bracketed units. So it says a lone unit with no zone of control does not check for advance. I'm not sure I'm grasping that. I mean, he's not alone. Oh, you know what? Both of the advances would be other route, and there's already a unit advance, so they won't advance anyway. I suppose that's just a cop-out, Grant, to the rule, because you're not quite grasping that one, are you? I'm not saying I can look at the rule book. I'm just looking at the player aid, so maybe there's something in the rule book. Well, the wording in the rule book is actually probably better, makes it more understandable, I think, because, like I say, the player aid just says, lone unit with no zone of control does not check for advance. 2 or 3 units without zone of control stacked together check for advance as if one unit. But the rulebook says a lone allied unit without a zone of control, and then in brackets it's got with a bracketed combat strength, does not check for advance. So, you know, I think when it says lone unit, you're thinking, well, it's not a lone, it's stacked with other units. But I don't think that's what it means. I think it means if there's only one of them bracketed, you know, it can't move. If there was more than one of them bracketed, it could move. That's what I'm reading it as, I think. So I think the rule book gives a better, just that we're having that thing in brackets here makes it better for me anyway. But it didn't matter, they weren't going to advance anyway because the unit had already advanced into that hex. So that's that. Right. Okay, so where are we now? Well, I think have we moved all the units then? They were the 3/30th units. And that's a 75, and that's a 75. We've got the one other 75 unit up here. Well, he's not going to carry out a major offensive, I wouldn't have thought. 1, 2. Ooh. Huh. No, surely not. Hang on, look at this. This unit here has got a situational strength of 1 because it's out of supply. And this unit can move 1, 2, 3 across the bridge into Welland and be adjacent. And 2 is 2 times 1. Wow, okay. Something feels weird about that, but actually I think it's actually possibly worse as well. because he can come adjacent to this. And this unit here, he's in a VP town, so it doesn't get the situational strength bonus for a town because it's a VP town. But he does get the -1 for being out of supply. So this is a 1 also. I get the feeling this guy's in trouble. Unless for some reason he decides this is the better move. We need to look into it. So it looks like this situation as a go again. Let's bring that along a bit. See the wording on the card. So strength of unit stack and other active units. Well, there's not. This is the only active unit. Approximate greater than 2 times. So it'd be 2 times that, and it'd be 2 times that. So he's got 2 choices. All active units, approximate strongest qualifying. So it's strongest qualifying, so what is it? It's lowest number, isn't it? Oh, it looks like he's going down for that guy then. I'm going to say double check that one. Yeah, because they've both got the same combat strength. And this is the lowest number unit. So it does mean he's going to go down there. Okay. So now he's only got 1 hex he can go to, and that is the town. So we're going to lose that town, we're going to lose that bridge, and this guy is going to go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so all active units proximate to strongest qualifier move to target and attack. Other proximate units in same army reinforce. Oh, I was hoping to get away. God, this video's going on too long. Actually, I think I'm going to have to cut this. Right, what I'm going to do, guys. 1, 2. Where was he? Was he there? I think he was there. Now. Just going to put things back here just now because I'm running out of space and coming again. I must be getting even more carried away, been yakking away. Yeah, I better just because I'm probably going to run out of space, or close to it anyway. Okay, so I'll leave that at that position there, but we're not finished. We've got this unit still to activate, and it looks like he is coming down, making an attack, but it then looks like these units could join in, and not only that, when it says same army, am I not right in thinking that these guys are first army, are classed as first army? So, I mean, there's going to be a limited amount of space to get units in anyway, I suppose. But if then you look at it's all out of contact units in the same core, so that might not doing anything right enough. Okay, I'm going to pause it there for now though, because I'm going to run out of space and I've not quite got the time to finish this. So apologies for that, but it'll come along shortly. Okay, guys, cheers. Hi all. Well, I was just about to carry on doing this major offensive for this unit, and well, not only just as well did we pause, but just as well I re-looked at it again. Okay, sorry, thought I was ready to go, got distracted, just started the video. Yeah, because it's greater than 2 times. It's not greater than or equal to 2 times. Yeah, so we've only got 2 times with this unit. Well, just as well, I noticed that because we're looking at two possible units that were situationally 1 strength. Yeah, and it does say greater than 2 times. So, yeah, I don't think he is going to be able to do it then. Yeah, so it must just be to prevent such occurrences like that, where a 2 strength unit could still try and, well, it means it can't attack a 1 strength unit. And then remember, situationally, the minimum strength is 1, so. Okay, so no major offensive for that guy then. He's still got a couple other cards that you could possibly do something with. Yeah, I forgot about the Germans exposed. Oh, great. So we already know he's proximate to 2 units that have a situational strength of 2 or less. And both of the units would not be across a river. So it's going to carry out the action. It's going to move to weakest qualifying German unit. So my guess is going to be that that's going to be the higher selector number, and it looks like we're losing these victory points, I think. Yeah, so weakest qualifying is indeed, if they've got the same strength, which they do, it's the highest selector number. So he's going to move to adjacent to this, remove 1 step from that, and then if it is eliminated, which it will be, it's going to check for a 1 hex advance as if combat occurred. Target may not be attacked or subject to this action again. Well, that's not relevant. Preserve the line, protect the VP hex. Well, there's no gaps open up, there's no VP hex involved, so just got to decide which hex he's going to move to. Now, it looks, again, it's wanting an empty hex. It can't get an empty hex. Most movement points, it'd be 1, 2 into there, 1, 2 into there, and only 1 into there, so it's going to try to go to one of these 2 hexes. Fewest allied units, well, they're both the same, so it's going to go westernmost, so I think it's going to go here. 1, 2, yeah, I can't go anywhere else, so it's going to go 1, 2 into here, and it's going to wipe this guy out. And there's another one gone. And this time we're just about to lose some victory points, I think. Well, sorry, the German town marker should still be there just now, but pretty sure he's going to advance, isn't he? I mean, it's in a VP town, primary forward route, or in a VP hex. It's an automatic advance, yeah. So, yeah. Oops. He's going to advance into there, and we're going to lose 2 victory points. So we're now down to 44. Yeah, just look at all the German bridges. Oh, of course, yeah, I thought he was going to come down here, but he didn't. So I think all the bridges are still German controlled at the moment. Unless there's been an activation, maybe I don't think so. I don't think it's terribly relevant anyway. They're good bridges. They're not bowling bridges, so the allies can just stroll across them. Okay. Well, yeah, that was a pretty nasty impulse from when I drew the card at first, and then the division card. I thought that's maybe not too bad, but that was. I mean, I think it was only a matter of time before this guy went. I think what happened here was probably worse, because there's a lot more units now down at Bastogne. Okay, so that was the last of the units to activate. So open supply line's not going to be considered. That is the impulse over. So I'll tidy things up and we'll get probably a quick German impulse in to come. Okay, yeah, it's going to be a quick-ish German impulse. Oops, made a mess already. I'm going to play this card to activate any one unit. I think we need to do this now rather than leave it to the last impulse. I've still got one more. Well, I've still got 2 cards in my hand, one of them being the no command card. So, let's say, pretty sure I haven't done this yet. So, I'm going to activate any one unit. Actually, yeah. Is it worth considering the unit up here rather than that? Hang on a sec. Well, what have we got? This is reduced, isn't it? Reduced quite a bit, I think, isn't it? So it's bracketed 2 strength, but it's in Bastogne. And this one is a full strength, I think. Yeah, that's 2 victory points, but I mean, I would like to be able to done both, but that's not an option. I think what concerns me is the fact these units moving down here just makes Bastogne look like a kind of hopeless cause maybe now, but well, saying that, as long as we can get supply brought back in, all these units are going to come back to life, all these units around here, and they're going to be able to go in and try and defend, you know, try and do something. This guy up here is going to go out of supply, sorry, he'll move into out of supply, which, you know, okay, they might have a go at him, and it's 2 victory points there, it's 5 victory points down here. Yeah, okay, let's not muck about, let's go in. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 into there, so that enables that guy to trace supply through into here, and then down, and away we go. I think that's the best option. Yeah, let's go for that. Let's stop mucking about, you know. Let's go for that. So that's going to be my impulse over. The 58th, sorry, the 85th core are going to be marked as activated. And right, we'll have another allied impulse. Okay, let's see what we got. 8 core. Deploy. Oh no. They can't deploy. They've got an expedite command on this one, but they don't have any 26. It's the 27th. They've got a big bunch coming in. So let me have a look. Hi all. Okay, just been looking through the last few videos, and unfortunately I had quite a gathering of videos piled up without sort of looking back over them, which is probably a mistake. I don't mean a lot, I mean 2 or 3, but and there was a couple that were alright. We had that bridge issue that I missed as well, but I cleared that one up, added a wee bit at the end of that, and we got away with that one. But there does seem to be a few errors creeping in here and there now. Whether I'm getting lazy or slacking a bit. Hopefully I'm catching them and fixing them before damage is done. I mean, it means a bit of rewinding. So there's a few comments going to be added to the next few videos. Well, Now where am I adding this video in? I think I'm going to have to just add this on at the end, so you're probably going to see them all first. But I'll put the comments in. And there's just wee things I'm saying wrong a lot of the time. I remember trying to make a move and it was going to be for zone of control and saying that it would cost me this or it would this and not actually making the move, but saying it and then just saying things. I'm realising that that's wrong, that wouldn't work, that'll not work, but not actually doing them, if you know what I mean. So I'll put comments in with them. But we did find, well, this will be added as a comment, but I need to fix this one. Because over here, for some reason, I don't think there's a gap here. Strange but true. There is a 1 hex gap here. I mean, these units have zone of control in these 2 hexes, and this unit has zone of control in these hexes. But if this unit wasn't out of supply, well, I mean, okay, it's forest hexes, but listen, no, it's not about that. It's about tracing communication. It can trace communication through here, through there, avoiding the towns in a way. And there was a unit. Okay, I'm going to have to find out where it was. To be honest, I'm probably going to have to put them back and just quickly redo it. It doesn't affect the combat, which is a good thing. Well, yeah, it might be beneficial to me because it doesn't affect the combat. The combat was down here, the main one. But then I don't think this unit would have done the Germans exposed thing. So that is a bit of a pain, winding back all that. Oh well, I'll try and show you what's went wrong. I mean, well, what's went wrong is a unit has moved. I can't remember. Let's find exactly where it was. Hang on. Okay, yeah. I mean, 2 units moved down already to join this attack, and then this unit was here. And there was one other unit to move. No, I think there was 13. Here's unit number 13. One of these just took a hit. That's 8 and 9. I think we've got a 14 in there as well. So he must have moved after the 13 as well. But I think he was okay to move. And the thing is, this was the other unit that was out there, and it would have been okay to move as well, but it didn't move because we moved this. Well, yeah. So I was saying that there wasn't. I mean, I was actually pointing here, saying, right, there's no gap here. There's no gap here, and like I've just said to you, there is a gap. Well, there's not a gap at the moment while that unit's there because we can trace up here, but we can't trace into that hex or that hex to get through here. So he is holding the line. He's preserving the line. So when I moved him out of there, I shouldn't have. And we were. Now what were we doing? Yeah, we were No, we weren't redeploying. Were we? We were moving to attack. Redeploying out of contact units to attack. That was it, wasn't it? Yeah, we're doing a major offensive. Oh. Wait though, Grant. Hang on a sec. Yeah, I was getting something was. Well, I just looked back at what the card was, major offensive, and it doesn't have preserve the line on it. But we are redeploying out of contact units to attack with the major offensive card, and you remove eligible out of contact units as defined in 9.3, and of course the rules within 9.3 state that the Allied unit is in Allied communication and no German unit is proximate to the unit, and the removal of the unit would not create a gap. So although major offensive is not concerned about preserving the line, I still believe that we still need to follow the rules for out of contact unit, for a unit becoming an out of contact unit and moving somewhere else. It's got to be able to it's got to not create a gap in the line. Well, him moving anywhere away from that area is creating a gap in the line. So we've got a problem. So, oh dear, right. I thought it was going to be nice and easy. I was going to be able to just move it back, but because this other unit done other things, it's going to be more painful than I thought. Hang on. Okay, yeah. The only way to fix this is to go back, is to reset this. Reset this attack, and also reset things here. So I've jumped back to that to fix this. I know it's a pain, but again, I want to make sure I'm doing things right. And if I can fix it, and no new information has appeared that I'm sort of starting to bend rules and that, then, but none of that has happened. I've got this unit tilted and marked because he's actually in here now, and we got him moved in here. But I just wanted to put him back to where he was, and the reason I'm got him tilted is hopefully a reminder for to move him back once I've finished dealing with this. So everything was fine. This was our target. We're doing major offensives, strength of unit stack, and we're looking at unit number 8. That's the first one. And he's stacked with unit number 9, so greater than 2 times proximate German unit stack. And we have 3, 6, and then this guy can join in. We get 9 against 4. So all of that's cool, and that's right. Okay, so let's move into the action. So he would go 1, 2, 3. He can either go here or here. You can't get into these hexes. So it's 1, 2, 3 movement points to move into there, and it's only 2 to move into there. So he goes 1, 2, 3. So as he's into there and attack him, and then this guy again uses the most movement points, so he goes into here to attack. That's 8, 9, and then 10, same thing, he comes just across the river to attack. So, like I say, this whole combat is, the combat ends up the same. There's just going to have to be a slight difference because I can't move that unit. It's going to cause the preserve the line issue. So now we're on unit number, why is number 2 there? Oh, of course, yeah. This is us only dealing with, where's the card? Right, it's only dealing with the 30th, sorry, 30th Infantry and the 75th Infantry, so that's not even in view, Grant. Right, well, we know what it is. We know what, it's the 30th Infantry and the 75th, and they were all 30th Infantry units, weren't they? Yeah, so they're all stacked together. And so strength of unit stack and other active units, all active units proximate to strongest qualifying move to target and attack. So they've done that. Other proximate units in the same army reinforce. Again, nothing changed there. These are from the 3rd Army. That's the 1st Army we're looking for. 1st Army units are too far away to join. So then we move on to the next bit, and this is a bit that we start having the issue. All out of contact units in same corps redeploy to attack. So we decide that these 4 units are possibly out of contact unless they leave a gap in the line. And this is obviously where the issue starts. So we're going to redeploy them to attack. So then the armour unit's the first one, and we know that these 2 hexes are surroundable. So he can only go here or here because this is fully stacked. And he goes to the least. Let me just double check. Yeah, I mean, I can go back and look at the video because it does exactly the same, this one. So it's if there's more than one hex, surrounded, he wants to try and surround it, wants to flank it, then least amount of units. So this one's one with the least amount of units. So he comes down into there and attacks. Then we move on. Right, so this is where we hit our problem. So then we're looking at unit number 13, who doesn't, there's no German unit proximate to him, so he could be considered as out of contact. However, if he does move into that battle, he then creates a gap in the line. So we can't do that. So he doesn't get involved. So then we move on to unit 14. So this is obviously where things have changed now. Now unit 14 is out of contact because it won't create a gap in the line. So again, where does he go? Well, he wants to flank. So he goes here. And there's one more space in here for another unit. And unit 18, and this is why I think that this won't happen, because he's now going to redeploy to attack as out of contact and go in this hex here. So there's a slightly different position of the units. This unit's not moving. The combat attack is going to be 1 less, which actually drops the odds to 4 to 1. Now I've watched back in the combat. There's no differences at all. It still goes through at 40. There's a 41 chit is drawn, I think, so that's fine. That would still apply. I was worried it was going to be a 5 to 1 chit, and then I was going to be like, oh no. So the outcome is still the same in the combat. So let me just, let me just check what happens. Okay, so that ends up being the outcome of the combat. I'm not going to get the chits out, but it's 3 hits to us, 2 hits to them, and that's when he breaks off at A2, which is what he's got. So he breaks off. So now we've got to take hits. Now, while I've got you here, I'm going to make a wee comment in the video again, because I make a terrible explanation of what's going on and how this guy has to retreat or has the options of retreating. If you're not looking at the rule book or understand the rules about it, you're not gonna grasp anything from how I'm coming across with it. So I was hoping to maybe just do this and hopefully maybe put the words down better to make it sound a bit clearer to what I'm going on about, if you like. And I might as well just do it while we're actually at that combat. Okay, let's try and do a better job of trying to explain this then. So this unit's got to take 3 hits. Now, it could take all 3 hits there, and I could just eliminate it. I do have that option, but why would I do that? So, you can satisfy up to 2 hits, obviously. I'm pretty sure you know this, by retreating. So I can satisfy 1 hit by retreating 1, 2 hits by retreating 2, and then I've got to disperse the unit, and then any excess hits be taken as step losses. So we know all that, but we can't just retreat to wherever we want. The priorities do apply to both Allied and German units retreating. So the retreat priorities, it says retreats are conducted by moving units 1 hex away from the hex they occupied during combat, observing stacking limits. Observing stacking limits at the completion of the retreat in the following priority order. So before I was telling you them all in a different order, starting with number 4 and jumping to number 2, and it was a mess. So there's 4 retreat priority options. So number 1 is into a hex not in enemy control. Well, this guy cannot retreat into a hex not in enemy control, right? He's got 3 hexes he could go into, that he's allowed to go into, but they're all in enemy control, okay? So if none available, we go on to step 2, the retreat priority 2. Into a hex in enemy control, occupied by a friendly supplied unit. So this is where I started thinking, oh, this is a friendly unit. I can go in here and I'll avoid taking a step loss. Well, no, because this isn't a supplied unit. So this isn't an option either. If none available, move on to retreat priority 3. Into an unoccupied hex, in enemy control and in friendly supply. And then it says this retreat requires the removal of a step from one of the retreating units. The step loss does not count towards satisfying a combat hit. So this is where we are now at. So yeah, so this is the one. This is step 3 before step 4. So this is the one I've got to do because this applies, right? Because these 2 hexes are unoccupied, but they're both in friendly supply, I believe. Yeah, I can trace supply from both these hexes through this unit, and if I was here, I can trace it through this unit. Okay, are we seeing that on the map? Yeah, the camera. Sorry, I've got it zoomed in a little bit. So both the hexes are an option, right? And then I have to take a step loss because I'm still going to be in an allied zone of control. So that's fair enough. Now, obviously, if this unit was here, fully supplied, a retreat into there, don't have to take the step loss. But let's not confuse the issue. We're talking about what we've got here, Grant. And just to jump on to step 4, which if this wasn't a case where there was no hexes, the last option is into a non-occupied hex in enemy control and not in friendly supply, or into a hex in enemy control and occupied only by friendly unsupplied units. So that would be an option there, but you still have to take the step loss as well as priority 3 anyway. But because we can do it priority 3, that's what we're going to do. So, and then if there's more than one choice, within any of these priorities, retreat into any hex regardless of terrain. However, retreat is allowed across an unbridged river or into a forest hex, not via road, only if no other hex is available. And then it has, for German, this is German only, if there is still more than one choice available when retreating German units, you choose. So I get to choose. So basically, these aren't, this isn't a forest, not via road, it's not over an unbridged river, and neither is this. So we've got 2 options and we get to choose. Whereas the allies would pick it some other way. I can't remember what they decide, but we get to choose between these 2 hexes. So first retreat is here, and he has to take a step loss. That requires the other chat. Oh, you know what? I've got him under here still, haven't I? Okay. Well, he's coming along here anyway, because nothing's going to change. So I'll move that, disperse my car. Sorry, I know this is awful messy. Right. So he moved from there to there, and that satisfied one hit, and he had to take the step loss because he's still in zone of control. So, and then his second retreat is in here, and then, which takes him down to 1 and makes him dispersed, and then he takes the last hit as a step loss, because he can only retreat 2 hexes, obviously, and that's him and that hex dispersed. Just as he was, nothing changed there. Yeah, and that satisfied the hit. So, yeah, I know that's messy. I'm sorry, but what can we do? We're trying to make sure that it's going to be accurate. Maybe if not at the time, then after the time. Okay, so now there might be a slight change with the 2 hits the allies are going to take. So, well, not really. This is the stack with the most units, so it'd be unit number 10. So he takes the first hit. So that's just the same. And then I'll just put that on top now. I can sort it out later. And then that satisfies the first hit. And then we've still got enough steps to take a second hit. So it can't go from that stack. So it has to come from this stack. It has to be the highest number. So it is that unit that gets hit. And basically it was this unit that took the hit before. So there's not an awful lot of difference. But I suppose the big difference is going to be what happens next, So I think we can go through. Yeah, we don't need to check the advance after combat, because everything's pretty much the same. This unit would have been bracketed as well, so there's nothing changed there. So I think it's unit 14 that moves in, isn't it? think it's Unit 14. He's the only one that moves in because the mechanizer was worried about coming in and then maybe advancing the second house, but he didn't advance. So let me just double check. It's 14. Ah, yeah. Sorry, I did get something slightly mixed up. It was 14 that got left up there, not 13. So that was the exact same unit that took the hit. And rather than 13 moving into here, it's going to be Unit 14. Is that right? No, it's not, Grant, is it? Because this was the unit that come down because he had the 2 strength. But you know what? It's still going to... That guy would still have had a roll. This guy wouldn't have had a roll anyway because he's bracketed. So that's how it would have ended up. That is how it would have ended up. Okay. And that was satisfying the last hit. So now, unfortunately, we've got to go back and see if this unit's going to do anything. And he's probably not. Which does mean we're probably going to still have this guy in Rochfort. So it's good for us. But, yeah, I know, it's messy. Okay, so that was the last bit of that last video. And then I start a new video, and this is the one that was on. And this is where we're at the moment, where I've just drawn the next Allied Impulse. I had a German Impulse and then Allied Impulse. But I come back to this video to, well, it's this unit that moves down and does the Germans exposed. So this is the situation we're at just now. We've still got this unit to try and make an activation for. Everything else has been activated. Can this unit carry out a major offensive? Well, that's an interesting... Oh, oh no. Oh, hang on though, hang on, it's greater than 2 times. No, but he is greater than 2 times. Ah, dear, why did I not just no see that? It looks quite possible that this guy can carry out a major offensive, because we know this has got a situational strength of 1. He's got a strength of 3. What is this guy, in fact? Well, that would be across a river. Oh, is he going to be... No, he's not going to be across the river if he goes up there, is he? 1, 2... Yeah, he can go and attack there. Oh, this seems more of a headache. I didn't realise this was going to happen. I've not done any more attacks since then. All I've done after this activation was activate any one unit and move that to here. So that's all I've done. So nothing is hampered by that. And then the next thing, well, what I was about to do was activate, this was the Allied Impulse card that I drew, and then I just paused it there. And then this is where I realised that this error's crept in. So if I want to do this properly, I need to go through a whole major offensive with this guy attacking Rochfort. Oh no. Doesn't see that guy down there. It gets worse. Oh no, he's not. He's only got 7 strength and 4 steps. I think we're okay with that. I think we're getting away with that. Yeah, and if you don't know what I'm going on about, this guy was hidden underneath, and he's part of this core, obviously. So if he had been out of contact, he might have come over to join this battle too. But fortunately, he's a German unit's proxying it to him, so he's not out of contact that way, and he's not out of contact the other way as well, because you need to have either 8 strength or 5 steps, and there's only got 4 steps and 7 strength, thankfully. Although this is still enough of a headache, but if I'm going to do it right, yeah, if I've came back this far, and I mean the reason I'm talking about this now is this card. If this unit's going to activate, so the situation is strength of unit stack and other active units greater than 2 times proximate German unit stack. Well, I think he can get proximate. He's proximate to that. His strength is 3. His situational strength is 1, which is greater than 2 times. And there's no preserve the line. So he'd be able to move without caring about that gap that he's just about to create. After all that as well. Yeah, well, if I've rewound to here, I'm as well going through with this. Okay. I probably lost you all by now. You're probably away thinking, oh, to hell with this. I'm not watching any more of this. Okay, the plot thickens. By the way, I've got a bit of a hailstorm here, so if you can hear the noise in the background, that's what that is. I just thought I'd have a look at this here. I mean, it was like a big stack, but there's only one strength on the top, so I thought I'll have a look, because 1, 2, 3, he's proximate to this. So, and what we've got is we've got a 1 strength unit that's, well, they're both out of supply, but we've also got a 2 strength unit that's out of fuel. And this is a town, but it's a victory point town, so he doesn't get a plus for that. So they get a -1 for being out of supply and a -1 for being out of fuel. So they get -2 out of the 3 strength, which is 1. So in actual fact, he's greater than 2 times proximate to this as well. So we've got 2 candidates, I think. No, it's not that one, is it? So it's Rochfort or St Hubert that guy can satisfy the situation of the major offensive. Wow. Okay, right, how does it pick between the 2 then? Right, well, yeah, so I think St Hubert's going to get the attack. All active units proximate to strongest qualifying. So strongest qualifying says the unit or stack with the highest total situational combat strength. Well, we know they've both got a situational combat strength of 1. And then, so if tied, the unit or stack with a lower selector number. Well, this guy's got 34. Well, the unit on top's got 24. I don't know what the one underneath is, but 24 is enough. So that is the target. Well, this is changing things up quite a bit now. So he's going to move to target and attack, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's only got 1 possible. He needs to stay on the road. Yeah, and like I say, he doesn't care about the preserve the line. 2, 3. So he's there making the attack. Now there was no other active units, because all the other units have had their shot. So now other proximate units in same army reinforce. Ay. Oh, dearie me. Oh, I really wish I'd missed this one. Okay, so hang on a sec. Okay, fortunately none of these guys can get around. I thought this guy, he's 6 and he's in the same army, but he's got to break zone of control to start with, so it'd be 2 into there and then 4 into there, and that's him. Or you can go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he can't quite get down. Another guy underneath, he's 5 anyway, movement. So, but this guy can. Yeah, and the card says protect VPX, so he's not caring about the line either. So he can either go here or here. Yeah, he can't get across to here because it's one. Yeah, so he's got two possible hexes that he can go to. Then he's wanting to move to the empty hex before anything else. So, yeah, I believe he's going to come in there and attack. But we're not quite finished yet, are we? Because this card's horrible. All out of contact units and same core. Ah, well, no, because we've done all of them, haven't we? So maybe we are finished. All out of contact units in same core redeployed to attack. Yeah, because they all done that already. It was just the 4 units that were up there. 3 of them moved down to join that last attack, and this is the 4th one now having its activation. And we did double check this, and he's not out of contact. So yeah, we're okay. We're okay. Okay, right, we're getting somewhere. Well, at least it's not multiple units. So if greater than or equal to 5 steps, well, it's not. It's only 4 steps. So it's going to break off at A1 in this attack. Right, I've just seen something that is going to have to mess. Well, there's a thing somebody been messed up enough. This would have been the top card of the Ally Command deck, and it makes no odds. I hadn't started activating them. I'm putting that card back on top. I know this looks rather, maybe to some of you it's kind of ridiculous now, but I can only apologise, and I'll try not to do it again. No guarantees though. I think it's I'm starting to get really kind of loose with things. Maybe I just need this to come to a close. I've still probably got a little bit to go. Okay, so it's going to break off at A1. They have 5 against. Right, now remember, we're only counting up. We're not caring about situational strength. So they have 5 against 3. So it might be one. It'll be 1.5 to 1, won't it? 5 to 3. Yeah. So there's only 1 and 1 odds. Or well, if the 1.5 chip comes, I'm not very good with my fractions, but hopefully we'll not draw that chip. So there's only 1 to 1 odds, or 1.5 to 1 odds, and yeah, but the situation is greater than 2 times the situational strength, and their situational strength was 1, going by how I'm reading it, because they lose 1 for the out of field, they lose 1 for the out of supply. They've only got 3, so that reduces them at 1. Okay. Right, so chip pools. 1, 2, 1 for elite is 3. Oh, hang on. They're getting tank battalion, aren't they? Oh, that's going to be a bonus to them as well, because they don't have armour. So that takes it to 2 to 1, so we can get away from that working out if it's 1.5 to 1 or no. So that actually knocks them up, because now they're 6 strength against 3, so they're 2 to 1 odds. 1, 2, 3 chip pools, air power and tank battalions, 5 chip pools. Well, I'm going to draw the other card as well. I may know, if you noticed, it was tank battalion. Right, and I'm not even going to, I talked before, I think that's the second time 2 tank battalions have come up, but I'm 99.5% sure that you don't get an extra strength. It wouldn't matter again in this case as well, but it does get an extra chip pool. So 2 to 1 odds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chip pools, and an extra 1 because we're out of supply. Oh, and also I said he was breaking off at A1, but we're out of supply, so he'll actually go to A2 because he ignores the first hit. Aye, oh dear, dear me. Yeah, I wish I hadn't noticed this one. But I think we're doing it properly, so now at least. Okay, and I can't play a card, so minimum chip pools are it's only two. It's only two. Oh, hang on now, because we're out of fuel as well. Yeah, ouch. It says out of fuel may not attack, move, retreat, or advance. So that unit can't retreat. And if the out of fuel unit's a defender, which we are, the attackers may disregard one attacker hit. So he's now going to, and then it says cumulative with other unsupplied status. So they're going to ignore two hits because we've got out of supply and out of fuel. So they're actually going to be able to go to A3 before they break off. Ouch. Yeah, okay. So they're going to break off at A3 or they eliminate us. And remember, that guy can't retreat as well. The other guy can. The one on top can. Oh, right. Well, I'm not going to guess at what the numbers are. We'll just work it out en route, I think. Okay, so minimum of 2 chip pools, maximum of 7, okay? Okay, there's the first 2 chips. Both don't apply. No artillery played. He's only got 2 to 1, and the back of it's less than 2 to 1, which he would have had if he hadn't played that tank. Well, he played double tank battalion, so. Okay, so now he draws one at a time and see if we can meet one of the 3 conditions. Well, we're going to meet one of them anyway. Yeah, I was just about to say, because we got the blue chit there was a lot of chits got mixed back in, and here we draw another blue one right away. And it's Allied Air Power, which he's played. So we've got a hit on us. But that's still not enough to eliminate us, at least anyway, so I'll draw another one. Ah, Air Power again. Ouch. Air Power's alright. That's I need to edit it out if I said what I wanted to say. So, well, this unit can't retreat because it's out of fuel, the one on the bottom. So all he can do is sit and take a step loss. This unit can retreat 2 hexes though, so that's 1, 2, 3. So I think it's D4 he needs. Does that sound right to you guys? Because this guy can go. Oh, sorry. This guy can. Oh, no, he can't. He's mechanized and he's out of fuel. Okay, sorry, distraction. Oh, yeah, I was going to check. Hang on. Well, it says mechanized units may move only 1 hex. You've got to assume that means even if they're retreating as well, I mean, yeah, surely, Yeah, I'm clearly going to have to go, but it can only move 1 hex, so that can only retreat 1 hex. So he could retreat 1, that satisfies 1 hit. He could take a step loss, that's 2. And then that guy can't retreat at all, so he just has to take a step loss, so that's 3. So it's only D3 they need to eliminate both the units. And they're at D2 just now. Oh, this looks grim. This is turning out to be worse than... Because I think losing Rochfort would have been a better deal than losing St Hubert. Oh well, okay. Right, let's draw the next shot then. Okay, that one doesn't apply. It's greater than or equal to 41 in the back, or maybe greater than. It's 41 anyway, so it doesn't apply. No artillery. We're hanging on. 6. One more chip pool. That's right. There wasn't any extra chip pools for out of fuel, was there? Was that just out of supply? Yeah. Okay, so last chip pool. Okay, flank attack or one hex attack is on the back, which is it's a town anyway, but they're not flanking. So we've got away with that, although we still have to take 2 hits. So yeah, I think everyone's alright there, so let me just tidy things up a bit. Yeah, I suppose there's only one way to really do this. Hang on, I need to retreat into... Yeah, we are retreating into hex that's in supply, aren't we? Yeah. So we retreat into there to satisfy 1 hit with that unit, and then we take the hit on that unit. I think that makes more sense. I mean, this is a 2-step elite unit from 47th as well. I know it's out of fuel, but we're hoping that's going to pass soon once the turn ends. Yeah, I know it's not quite there, but so there's another unit gone, but we did manage to avoid losing the victory points that we would have lost there. Well, we almost did lose them in St Hubert, which would have been slightly worse, I think. Okay, yeah, I know that was a bit meh, but so that's all the units in 30th. 75th had an activation now, so we never even go on to the Germans exposed card, the way it went. So that is then had that impulse. So like I say, from then I then went on to activating using this card, as you'll have seen, use this card to activate any one unit, and I moved this unit into here. That's why he's now being classed as activated, and that was my impulse over. And then we were just about to start an allied impulse when I spotted, okay, I did draw the card, but you seen what happened after that. So I think that's fixed, but look at the length of the video again, Grant. You're getting worse. Okay, I'm going to have to stop there and get this video out of the memory. So I hope that's not been too painful for you guys, but again, I want to try and keep things as good to true as possible. Okay, I'll be back with an allied impulse sometime soon. Cheers.